TSA security is changing fast, and most travelers have no idea what's coming. New AI scanners, secret passenger profiling, and hidden policies could delay you or even get you flagged. After speaking with TSA insiders, we uncovered 11 shocking airport security secrets that can save you time, money, and stress. If you want to avoid surprise screenings and confiscated items, you need to know these before your next flight. Secret number 1. AI Profiling System. TSA has introduced an advanced AI behavioral profiling system at major airports, and it's far more invasive than most people realize. This system tracks how passengers walk, their facial expressions, group movements, luggage handling, and even phone usage. TSA agents revealed that about 30% of AI alerts are false positives, meaning innocent travelers are randomly flagged for additional screening. If you stop suddenly, glance around too much, or handle your phone excessively in security lines, you may trigger suspicion. The AI is designed to detect anomalies, but many normal behaviors can be misinterpreted as threats. To avoid being flagged, move naturally and confidently through security. Keep your hands visible. Don't overhandle your bags, and avoid making sudden stops. If you're traveling in a group, stay together and keep interactions normal. Avoid excessive phone use while waiting in line. Checking texts or scrolling is fine, but frequently looking up and around may trigger the AI's attention. If you do get pulled aside for extra screening, stay calm and cooperative. TSA agents are required to follow up on AI alerts, even if they know the system made an error. Another insider tip: if you have TSA PreCheck, Global Entry, or Clear, you're less likely to be flagged. The AI system prioritizes unknown travelers for additional screening, while pre-screened passengers are considered lower risk. Understanding how this AI works can help you navigate airport security more smoothly. Secret number 2. New scanner technology. TSA's latest scanner upgrades go beyond detecting weapons and liquids. They can now perform molecular-level scans, thermal body mapping, and biometric analysis. These scanners can detect residue from certain medications, personal care products, and even the food you recently ate. TSA agents revealed that some travelers have been flagged for something as simple as using lotion with specific chemicals or handling an object that contained trace amounts of prohibited substances. These machines also have the capability to identify medical implants, hidden items under clothing, and even slight changes in body temperature, which can lead to suspicion of nervous behavior. If you have medical conditions that require an implant, medical device, or medication, it's crucial to carry official documentation. The best way to avoid unnecessary delays is to inform TSA officers before screening begins. You can request a private screening or use a TSA notification card, which alerts agents of medical conditions without requiring verbal explanation. Travelers should also be mindful of what they carry in their carry-on bags. Some materials may be harmless, but can set off the scanner's sensitivity levels. Dense objects, organic materials like food, or layered electronics can raise red flags. To speed up the process, remove large electronics from your bag, keep your items well organized, and avoid stacking dense objects together. Another lesser-known tip: if you feel uncomfortable with the scanner's advanced capabilities, you have the right to opt for a manual pat-down instead. Knowing these rights can help you move through security without unnecessary delays. Secret number 3. Peak time patterns. TSA agents don't randomly decide when to be more thorough. There are specific times when security screenings are stricter and lines move much slower. Multiple agents confirmed that the busiest and most chaotic times at security checkpoints are Mondays and Fridays between 5 to 7 a.m. and 4 to 6 p.m. These time slots coincide with peak business travel hours, meaning more passengers, rushed screenings, and a higher likelihood of mistakes. The best times to go through airport security are midweek, Tuesday and Wednesday, between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., early morning first flights, late evening last flights, and mid-month dates that avoid holiday surges. These times generally have fewer passengers, shorter lines, and less stressed TSA agents who are more efficient with processing travelers. Another overlooked factor is staff rotations. TSA schedules their shifts in blocks, meaning at certain times of the day, fresh shifts take over while others finish their long hours. During staff transitions, screenings tend to be slower due to briefings and shift changes. If you notice TSA agents switching out, expect delays. To beat long security lines, use real-time wait time tracking apps like MyTSA, check historical airport crowd trends, and avoid flights during high traffic periods. If you must travel during peak hours, arriving earlier than usual is crucial. The TSA won't hold your flight for you, and missing your flight due to long security delays is an expensive mistake. Secret number 4. Document verification changes. By May 7, 2025, TSA will fully enforce the Real ID Act, meaning traditional driver's licenses that don't meet federal security standards will no longer be valid for domestic flights. Instead, passengers will need a Real ID compliant license, passport, or another TSA-approved identification form. However, there's more to this change than just upgrading your ID. TSA's new document verification system is powered by real-time digital authentication, cross-checking travel history, background databases, and biometric matching. Even minor discrepancies, such as a slight variation in your name between different travel documents, could trigger additional screening. A TSA verification specialist revealed that nicknames, missing middle names, or an expired passport linked to past travel records could cause delays. To avoid complications, travelers should update all identification documents well before their trip. Make sure your name is consistent across your ID, passport, and airline ticket. If you're traveling internationally, ensure your passport has at least 6 months of validity remaining. Many countries won't allow entry otherwise. If your ID is lost or stolen while traveling, TSA has alternative verification methods, but the process is slow. Carry digital backups of your documents in cloud storage like Google One, Dropbox, or iCloud. Having a second form of ID, such as a passport card or trusted traveler program card, Global Entry, Nexus, or Sentry, can also be a lifesaver. Being proactive about these document changes will prevent unnecessary security hassles and last-minute airport surprises. Secret number 5. Bag organization secrets. TSA's X-ray scanners aren't just looking for dangerous items. They're trained to detect patterns, density, and materials that could indicate hidden contraband. One of the biggest mistakes travelers make is packing in a way that raises suspicion. If your bag is flagged for secondary screening, expect delays, manual searches, and possibly missing your flight. Agents revealed that specific packing errors often trigger extra screening. The most common red flags include layered electronics, placing multiple devices, laptops, tablets, power banks, on top of each other makes it harder for scanners to detect what's inside. Always pack electronics separately. Dense items in one spot. TSA scanners can't see through tightly packed areas. Distribute heavy objects evenly throughout your luggage. Hidden compartments and wrapping. Wrapping gifts or using hidden pockets in suitcases may look suspicious to TSA scanners. Always leave gifts unwrapped and avoid excessive concealment. Organic materials. Items like food, powders, and certain toiletries can trigger alarms. Keep them in a clear bag and place them in an accessible spot. To speed up screening, use packing cubes to keep clothes and smaller items organized. Place electronics and liquids in easily accessible pouches so you can remove them quickly. Remove old airline baggage tags, as these can confuse TSA scanners and trigger additional scrutiny. The key is to make it easy for TSA to inspect your bag. A neatly packed, well-organized carry-on is far less likely to get pulled aside than a jumbled mess. Secret number 6. Line selection strategy. Not all TSA security lines are equal. Some move significantly faster than others based on who's staffing them, what equipment is being used, and the type of travelers ahead of you. TSA agents confirmed a few little-known tricks to pick the best line every time. The left versus right rule. Most travelers instinctively go to the right-hand lanes because they are right-handed. Left-side lanes often have fewer people. Business traveler lanes. Lines with solo travelers and business flyers move faster than those with families, since families tend to have strollers, extra bags, and more questions. Watch for newly opened lanes. TSA frequently opens new lanes when lines get too long. These are often underused at first, so keep an eye on agents setting up new stations. Avoid lines with trainees. If you see an agent closely watching another agent, you've likely found a trainee line, which means slower processing. Pick another lane if possible. Monitor security equipment. Older scanners take longer to process passengers than newer AI-assisted models. If you spot an airport using next-generation scanners, head to that lane for quicker clearance. Using these strategies can save you 10 to 20 minutes at security. Some travelers even go as far as pretending to tie their shoes or check their bag while they wait for a shorter line to open. TSA agents don't mind if you pick a faster line. They just want passengers to move efficiently. Secret number 7. Prohibited item solutions. Every year, TSA confiscates millions of dollars worth of items that travelers could have legally kept if they knew the right procedures. Many passengers assume that once an item is flagged, they have no choice but to surrender it. But TSA actually provides several legal alternatives that most people never use. If you accidentally bring a prohibited item, you may be able to store it in a special TSA holding area for retrieval on your return, mail it to yourself using airport shipping services, or check it into your luggage at the airline counter if time allows. Some items, like certain liquids and tools, are allowed in checked bags but not in carry-ons. Yet many travelers don't realize they can avoid losing their belongings simply by going back to check their bags. Another common misconception is that medical exemptions don't exist for liquids over 3.4 ounces. If you have prescription medication, baby formula, or essential liquid medical supplies, you are legally allowed to bring them through security, but only if you declare them in advance. Travelers who don't declare their items risk confiscation, even if their belongings would have been permitted with proper notice. TSA agents also revealed that frequent travelers should use the TSA notification card, a little-known document that helps pre-clear medical devices and personal items with minimal hassle. If you find yourself facing confiscation, politely ask to speak with a supervisor. Agents often have discretion on whether to allow certain items through or provide alternatives. The key to avoiding unnecessary loss is knowing the rules in advance. Checking TSA's official website before traveling can save you hundreds of dollars in replaced items. And if you ever get stopped, staying calm and knowing your options can mean the difference between keeping or losing your belongings. Secret number 8. Communication secrets. How you interact with TSA agents can make a huge difference in how smoothly your security screening goes. TSA agents confirm that travelers who communicate effectively, use the right phrases, and avoid unnecessary arguments have a much easier time getting through security. Most people don't realize that their first few seconds of interaction with an agent set the tone for the entire screening process. If you're vague, nervous, or unclear about your answers, you could invite additional questioning, even if you have nothing to hide. TSA agents revealed that certain phrases can help expedite the screening process. If you have a medical device, telling an agent upfront and requesting a private screening often results in a faster, less invasive check. Passengers who require extra time or have accessibility needs should state this early on, as agents are trained to provide accommodations but may not offer them unless requested. If you are randomly selected for extra screening saying, "I'd like a supervisor present," can sometimes result in a second opinion that speeds up the process. On the other hand, joking about security threats, making sarcastic remarks, or appearing overly defensive can immediately escalate your situation. Even a simple joke about carrying something dangerous can result in missed flights and additional questioning. Another surprising insight from TSA agents is that being polite and patient goes a long way. Travelers who show frustration or argue with officers often face more scrutiny than those who remain cooperative. TSA staff deal with thousands of passengers daily, and treating them with basic respect can make them more inclined to help you if any issues arise. If something seems unfair or incorrect, calmly asking for clarification or requesting a second opinion from a supervisor is often the best approach. Secret number 9. Hidden passenger rights. Most travelers don't realize they have rights when going through TSA security, and agents are not required to tell you unless you ask. Knowing these rights can prevent unnecessary delays, extra screenings, and even fines. One of the most surprising rights passengers have is the ability to refuse facial recognition scans. Many airports are now using biometric identification, but travelers can legally opt out and request a manual ID check instead. TSA agents won't advertise this, but you can simply say, "I opt out of facial recognition" at the checkpoint. Another right that passengers overlook is the ability to decline full-body scans. If you don't want to go through the advanced imaging scanner, you can request a manual pat-down instead. While it may take a little longer, it's a legal alternative. TSA officers must use a standardized pat-down process, and you can request a private screening with a witness present if you prefer. If an agent does anything that feels inappropriate, you have the right to stop the screening and ask for a supervisor. Passengers carrying medical supplies, breast milk, baby formula, or other essential liquids over the 3.4-ounce limit often get them confiscated because they don't declare them properly. However, TSA legally allows medical exemptions. If you carry any of these items, notify an agent before your bag goes through the scanner. TSA is required to accommodate medical needs, but if you don't mention it up front, your items may be discarded without question. One of the most overlooked rights is the ability to record TSA screenings. As long as you don't interfere with the screening process, you can film interactions with TSA agents using your phone or camera. This can be useful if you feel you're being treated unfairly or if an agent is not following proper procedures. TSA agents cannot demand you stop recording unless you're disrupting the line, and they cannot confiscate your phone without probable cause. Another right travelers should know is that TSA agents cannot fine you for accidental prohibited items. If you mistakenly bring something like a small pocket knife or a liquid over the limit, you can choose to surrender it, mail it back, or return to check it in your luggage. TSA agents may pressure you to comply quickly, but you have options. Knowing these rights gives you control over your airport security experience. Most TSA screenings go smoothly, but when issues arise, being informed can help you avoid unnecessary hassle and keep your travel plans on track. Secret number 10. Special Programs Access. TSA's well-known PreCheck program allows travelers to skip long security lines, but it's not the only way to speed up screening. Several lesser-known programs exist that provide expedited security clearance, and many travelers qualify for them without even realizing it. One of the best-kept secrets is Clear, a private program that lets you bypass TSA ID checks and go straight to security screening. Clear uses biometric verification, scanning your eyes and fingerprints instead of requiring an ID. Many major airports now have Clear lanes, and members get through security 70% faster than regular passengers. Another hidden perk is the Military Courtesy Line. Many airports have dedicated security lanes for active-duty military members and their families, and some even extend the courtesy to veterans. Frequent travelers who fly internationally should look into Global Entry, which not only expedites customs processing but also includes TSA PreCheck. Global Entry is available for U.S. citizens and nationals, as well as travelers from select partner countries. The program allows for automatic passport scanning, eliminating long customs lines when returning to the U.S. Travelers who have Global Entry can use the TSA PreCheck line every time they fly, skipping the removal of shoes, belts, and liquids. There are also airline-specific fast-track programs. Many premium airlines, including Delta, American, and United, offer dedicated security lanes for elite status members. If you fly frequently with the same airline, check if your loyalty status grants access to these lines. Some credit cards, such as the Chase Sapphire Reserve and Amex Platinum, provide reimbursement for TSA PreCheck and Global Entry fees, making it free for cardholders. Another way to bypass regular security lines is through diplomatic and corporate partnerships. Some business travelers qualify for expedited screening through their company's TSA agreements, which allow employees on official work trips to use priority security lanes. Even some first-class and business-class tickets include fast-track security access, depending on the airport and airline. If you fly often, stacking these programs together can significantly reduce your time spent at security. Combining TSA PreCheck, Clear, and Global Entry ensures you experience the fastest possible airport clearance every time you travel. With these programs in place, you could cut your security wait time from 45 minutes to under 5 minutes at most major airports. Secret number 11. 2025 Technology Preparation. TSA is rolling out advanced technology in 2025 that will completely change how security screenings work. The biggest shift is the expansion of AI-powered behavioral profiling. These new AI systems don't just scan for prohibited items, they analyze travelers' movements, expressions, and even stress levels. TSA agents confirmed that these scanners are already being tested at major airports, and travelers flagged by the AI may face additional screening, even if they have no banned items. Another major development is enhanced biometric screening. Many airports now require facial recognition scans instead of manual ID checks, and in 2025, more airports will make it mandatory. Passengers who opt out may experience longer waits since they'll need a manual check. If you're uncomfortable with facial scanning, you should arrive at the airport even earlier and request alternative screening options. TSA is also introducing molecular-level detection scanners, which can identify substances down to a microscopic level. These scanners can detect traces of prohibited materials even if they've been washed off or were previously in your bag. This means that if you recently handled something flagged by TSA, you could still test positive for residue and be subjected to additional questioning. The best way to avoid false positives is to wash your hands thoroughly and wipe down your luggage before flying. Another hidden change is the social media screening initiative. TSA has been quietly implementing technology that cross-checks passenger data with their public social media activity. While this is mostly used for high-risk travelers, some routine passengers have been flagged for additional screening due to travel patterns, keywords used online, or frequent international trips. Keeping your social media private and avoiding unnecessary travel-related keywords in public posts can reduce the chance of triggering TSA's monitoring systems. The final major shift in 2025 is expanded travel history tracking. TSA's new systems will analyze not just your current trip, but also past travel records, visa applications, and border crossings. Even small inconsistencies, such as using different variations of your name, can raise flags in the system. It's more important than ever to keep all your travel documents consistent and up to date. Knowledge is your best defense against travel delays and hassles. By understanding these TSA secrets, you can navigate airport security more efficiently and with greater confidence. If you found this information helpful, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more insider travel tips and updates. Safe travels!